in this experiment, I would like to show you two things. First of all is the reaction between copper-2 sulfate solution and ammonia. And then the second one is for the copper-2 carbonate, and I would like to add some acid into it to see what will happen. And first of all, the reagent involved are these two, the copper-2 sulfate, a beautiful blue solution, and then this other one is NH3, AQ, that is aqueous ammonia. So my question is that when you're making this observation that copper-2 sulfate is a blue liquid and then aqueous ammonia is a colorless liquid, do they turn into new substances? Oh, and obviously is no. So that when you're making this observation, nothing new is formed, no reaction happen, and we call that the copper-2 sulfate is blue in color, is a liquid under room temperature pressure in some of a solution. They are the physical property of copper-2 sulfate. Oh, and what's next is that I would like to make them react with each other. So let me take our test tube and then add some copper-2 sulfate solution inside. And again, you can see that blue and then clear solution. You can see through it and then see my fingers. Oh, and what's next is that by using a dropper and then to add the ammonia by drops into this copper-2 sulfate. And let's have a look. I think you can see something already. Originally, it's a clear solution, and then now there are some solid, some pale blue solid form on the top. So let's shake it a little bit. Oh, and then it becomes milky blue color. So let's try to add more ammonia inside by drops. I think you can see something already. Can you see? Some deep blue color develops. And when I shake it a little bit, okay, it becomes milky. And maybe I add some more. And you can see that those pale blue solids start to disappear. The solution now becomes somehow deep blue in color. And originally you described it as a milky solution, and now you can see through it again it becomes a deep blue clear solution. So can you make the observation? So in this process, do you think that new substances formed? Maybe those pale precipitate is something new, so that you can observe a new set of observation. Originally is a clear blue solution, and then it turned into some pale blue solid, and finally it becomes a deep blue solution. And in this case, actually there are some new substances formed, and what is the chemical property of copper-2 sulfate? It can react with ammonia, and on the contrary is that ammonia, it can react with copper-2 sulfate, and is a reaction between them, and is also one of the chemical property of that, because when you're doing this measurement, the new substance will form or chemical reaction is involved. So is it clear about this experiment? And be reminded that there are each time after you're using the reagent, stop it again to avoid the reagent inside being contaminated or escape from this reagent bottle. Oh, and then the second step, the second part of the experiment is about this solid, copper-2 carbonate, a green solid. So again, when you're observing its color, it is green and it's a solid under room temperature and pressure, any new substance formed? But the answer is no, so that the color of it and the physical state of it should be a physical property of copper-2 carbonate. Oh, and another reagent we will use is hydrochloric acid. and it is the acid inside your stomach, your gastric juice, and a colorless liquid. Again, physical property of hydrochloric acid, colorless liquid under room temperature. Because when you are observing it, it is still hydrochloric acid without changing into something new. Oh, but what if I mix them to see if there is any chemical reaction take place? So some acid. The dropper is not working. Maybe I directly pour the acid inside. But be reminded that when you are doing this direct transfer, the two containers, there is the test tube, and then this reagent bottle, they should in touch with each other, so that the liquid can follow the walls and then pour it into the test tube. So maybe adding around 1 to 2 cm prep to see what will happen. Oh, I think you can see something already. Some gas bubble evolve. Oh, and then add some more. Give it some time for the reaction to take place. I add enough acid to ensure that most of the carbonate they can get. Because as you can see that at the bottom of it is still reacting and some solid. Still there are some green solid of copper to carbonate. But you can see that there is a decrease in size of the copper to carbonate. Oh, and finally, what can you see? Well, a blue solution is formed, a clear blue solution. So how can you describe this observation? Is that okay, the solution color originally for the acid, it is colorless, and then finally it turned into pale blue in color, and during the reaction there is some gas bubble formed. So in this process, do you think that new substance is formed? And the answer should be yes, because originally there should be some green solid at the bottom, the copper 2 carbonate, and then now they seem to disappear. However, it's not true. They are not really disappear. However, it is changing into new substances, and then this substance is soluble in water. So what you can see is a clear solution after. And this solution is actually copper 2 chloride. And I can show you something more. Is that if I add again ammonia inside, let's see what will happen. I think you can see something on the top already. Is it something familiar? Yes, in the copper 2 sulfate solution, when you add ammonia, you also see this, the pale green precipitate. And let's guess, what if I add more into it? What is the color? And this time I don't want to shake it, because it may be more beautiful. Oh, maybe I stop here. Oh, what you can observe is again the deep blue solution. You see that? So it is actually the result from the first part of the experiment. Originally, blue solution at the bottom, and then the formation of some precipitate or some pale blue solid, and then after you add enough ammonia, it will turn into a deep blue solution. But this time, because I didn't shake it, so that it is somehow in the layers. Okay, originally the color of it, a clear blue solution, and then some pale blue precipitate form, and then on the top of it, because it is the way it contact with the ammonia, so that it can further react to form this deep blue solution. So that's it.